I've started the stream for I guess it's Mr. Tong that needs the Vietnamese interpreter. I'm gonna have to continue him to tomorrow so that we can make the arrangements that we need to make to have a person who can properly translate.
Yes, sir.
So I'm ready to begin. This is your first appearance hearing before the Magistrate Court of Clayton County. My name is Brad Gardner, and I'm a judge in this court. I'm here to inform you of the charges that have been filed against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bail on those offenses that I'm authorized to set bail, to schedule a preliminary hearing, and to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. But should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding may be used against you. So please don't discuss the facts of your case. During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights: to the presumption of innocence, to indictment by a grand jury for most felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public trial by jury, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your behalf, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence in your own defense, and to have an attorney represent you. If you cannot afford an attorney, one can be appointed to represent you if you qualify. Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds for your release from jail. These bonds may be posted by cash, commercial, or property. Some of you will have special conditions on your bond that prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. You will also be prohibited from contacting the victim while you're in jail. If you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you can remain in jail until your trial. You could also receive additional felony charges. It is important to note that if someone is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post your bond. Some of you are charged with offenses for which this court is not authorized by law to set bail. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of the Superior Court of Clayton County, and you will be informed of that date. If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set bond at this time. Where the bond is appropriate in your case will be reconsidered after your probation officer has had an opportunity to consider this new arrest. The purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations against you. The standard at this stage is very low. A judge determining whether a charge goes forward at this stage only has to determine that it is possible that the crime occurred. Everyone has the ability to waive their right to a preliminary hearing. However, you should speak to a lawyer first if you are unsure about whether it is appropriate to waive your preliminary hearing. If you post bond, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived. You will receive notice at the address you give of your next court date. Lastly, I need everyone to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that any statements you make during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God? Okay, let's get started with the ladies.
Say your name.
Kiana Alford.
Okay, Miss Alford, give me 1 second. Okay. All right, ma'am, you're charged with one count of battery. The bond for this offense is set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
There will be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Peter Finney. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th in courtroom 803. I'm sorry, courtroom 201 at 8:30 in the morning. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
How much do you earn per month or by the hour or per hour?
I'm on the salary. My salary is like 22,000.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, sir. Can you repeat that court information, the court date information, please?
Okay, it is October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. Upon your bonding out, that date will get waived and you'll get a new court date in the mail.
Yes, sir.
Okay, anything else, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you. Regina Benici.
Miss Beachy, ma'am, you're charged with one count of driving on a suspended license and one count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. The bond for each of these offenses is going to be set at $1,500 a piece. So that's a total bond of $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, free to go back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is it Miss Benjamin?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of theft by conversion. This is being written as a felony offense. The bond is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Brown,
Ms. Brown, ma'am, you've been charged with one count of simple battery and one count of criminal trespass. The bond for the simple battery charge is going to be set at $4,000. And the bond for the criminal trespass is going to be set at $3,000. So that's going to be a total bond of $7,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from a Trevante Clifton. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir. That was it.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Dawkins. Dawkins.
Ms. Dawkins, Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of battery. Bond is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a stay away provision on your bond to stay away from a Jeanette Wilson. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Ms. Montgomery, you are-
Ma'am, you've been charged with one count of driving on a suspended license and one count of driving a vehicle with an expired or invalid tag. You're going to have a bond set at $1,500 for the driving on a suspended license and $500 for the tag violation. So that's a total bond of $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
You say that you're employed, but you say NA as to the amount that you earn per month.
I only know annually, not monthly, because it varies.
Okay. Are you paid by the hour, or is it just like a commission, or what? I'm
Commission.
sorry.
Commission, Your Honor.
Okay. Can you give me a rough estimate of an average of what you believe you earn per month?
I'd say about 600 maybe.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
Ms. Gibbs. Ma'am, you're charged with one count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce and one count of it said failing to have your tail light, that you had no tail light. Even though it said headlights required is the charge. You're going to have a $1,500 bond for the possession of marijuana less than an ounce. And you're going to have a $500 bond for the headlight charge. So that's going to be a total bond of $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Ms. Jones?
Yes, that's correct.
Ma'am, you're charged with one violation of having no tail light, and you're also charged with violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of cocaine. You're going to have a $500 bond on the tag light violation and a $3,000 bond on the cocaine charge. So that's a total bond of $3,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Not at this time.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Are you Miss McKeechin?
Yes,
Ma'am, will you match up?
Ma'am, you're charged with one count of loitering or prowling, one count of simple battery, and one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of THC oil. You're gonna have a $1,000 bond on the loitering or prowling charge. It's gonna be a $4,000 bond on the simple battery charge and a $3,000 bond on the drug charge.
Don't
So that's a total bond of $8,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
no,
Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Sergio Romo. Do you understand that?
what's that?
I'll explain to you.
He's the alleged victim in this case. That was the resident of the house that you were supposedly at. The possession of THC is a felony offense, so you're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201.
They were beating, but they were committing battery.
Don't discuss it. Do not discuss it. Do not discuss it.
So, ma'am, do you want me to read the allegations to you?
What? I was knocking on the door to see if I could use a phone on the street door. And then he got on top of me.
Don't discuss this.
Okay, so,
Something to his head.
ma'am, would you like for me to read the charges to you?
How do I get out?
I'm sorry?
How can I get out?
You discussed that already. The judge already discussed that with you.
Okay, can I try to get $8,000 then? You said? And then
The total bond is going to be $8,000. Yes, ma'am.
I'll do that. I don't want to be.
I can barely hear you, ma'am.
Speak up, all right?
How can I get out?
You
By
said-
posting bond,
Okay,
okay?
Okay.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
okay.
It says you're employed, but you didn't put anything down for how much that you make. Do you know how much you make per hour?
I'm a housekeeper.
I'm sorry?
How much do you make?
I don't have anything right now, but I'll get money.
Okay, I'm gonna find that you qualify for a lawyer, ma'am. Your preliminary hearing date is October 27th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. If you don't have any other questions, you're free to go back.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
How do you pronounce your last name, ma'am?
Open Remy?
Okay, Miss Ogun Remy, you're charged with one count of battery and one count of theft by taking. Bond is going to be set at $5,000 on the battery charge and $2,000 on the theft by taking charge. These are both misdemeanor offenses. So that's going to be a total bond of $7,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond to stay away from an Earl Cofield. Do you understand that? And your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Are you Miss Raines?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It's a felony offense. And you're also charged with one count of cruelty to children in the first degree, which is also a felony charge. You're gonna have a $10,000 bond on the aggravated assault charge and a $5,000 bond on the cruelty to children in the first degree. So that's a total bond of $15,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's gonna be a stay away provision on the bond, to stay away from a nasir rains. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, I don't.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back. Are you Miss Swaby?
Swabi.
Ma'am, you're also charged with one count of
That's not
aggravated.
Swabi, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
That's Miss Swabi, Your Honor.
Okay, you are Miss Swaby.
Correct.
Okay. Ma'am, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and one count of reckless driving and one count of criminal trespass. There's going to be a $10,000 bond on the aggravated assault charge, a $3,000 bond on the reckless driving charge, and another $3,000 bond on the criminal trespass. Do you believe you can post this bond, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from a Ladavra Thomas. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. How much do you earn either per hour or per month?
I make probably $15 an hour.
Okay. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, you're Mrs. Smith.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're charged with one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The bond's going to be set at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this is a felony offense, so you're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna find that you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
Did you say room 201?
Yes, ma'am, 201. Okay, you're free to go back.
That's Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Upshaw, you've also been charged one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. I've set your bond at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Okay. You do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Watkins. Oh,
Miss. Miss Watkins, ma'am, you've been charged with one count of making a false statement. This is a felony offense. The bond is going to be set at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Can you repeat the charge?
False statements. Do you believe you can post a bond, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Or do you already have a lawyer?
See if he qualifies for, appointed attorney.
Is he allowed to read allegations?
Ask him.
Are you allowed to read the allegations, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am. So the allegation is that while you were at the Piedmont Fayette police hospital, you made a statement that one of the police officers allegedly touched you in an improper way as you were coming from the bathroom. And apparently there was a nurse that was interviewed who said at the time that you said that the officer touched you in an inappropriate way, that the officer wasn't in the room, and it was just the nurse and yourself, and that the nurse says she actually is the person that helped you to and from the restroom. And she made a written statement. And so based upon that, you've been charged with making a false allegation that the officer touched you in an inappropriate way. And this allegedly took place on, the statement took place on September 8th. But the alleged incident took place on August 31st, both of this year. Okay. So do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, please.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th because this is a felony offense at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out of jail. Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am, you're free to go back.
Miss?
Are you Miss Wise?
No.
Okay. Are you Miss Wise?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, ma'am, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault. The bond is going to be set at $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, a stay away from a Jasny Richardson. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail.
Could you repeat that for me, Your Honor? Could you repeat that for me, Your Honor?
The court date,
Yes, sir.
October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your ability to bond out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's see. How much do you earn per hour, ma'am?
$13.50.
Okay, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Could you repeat the bond?
$10,000. So if you don't have any questions, ma'am, you're free to go back. Ms. Nguyen? Okay, ma'am, you're charged with 3 offenses. One is improper stopping on the roadway. One is refusing to sign a citation, and one is failing to change the address on your excuse me on your license. Bond is going to be set for each offense at $500. So that's a total bond of $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for August 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, ma'am. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, sir. Can you just repeat my court date info, please?
August the 26th.
Wait, what?
October 26th.
Okay.
8:30 morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail.
Thank you.
Okay, you're free to go back, man.
Excuse me for 1 second, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Deputy Jones.
Go forward.
Okay, look at the chat I sent for you, please. Sorry, Your Honor.
No problem. Miss Williams,
Yes,
ma'am, you are here on what's called a warrant as a fugitive from justice. And what that means is that you're wanted out of another state. And in your case, you're wanted out of,
Summit County.
yes, ma'am, on a contempt of court, looks like is the warrant. And they said that they will extradite you. Have you spoken to anyone about this yet?
No, yesterday was, they told me they had lost my paperwork, so yesterday I had went and asked the officer, and yesterday was when they finally came and showed me the paper of extradition.
Okay, so you have the right to challenge the attempt to extradite you back to South Carolina. And the way you do that is by demanding a hearing. Now, what happens at that hearing is that we only verify basically 2 things: that you are the person named in the warrant and that the warrant actually exists. We don't have any interest of your innocence or guilt, and that's not going to be something that'll be the object of the hearing. So if you demand to have the hearing sometime within the next 90 days, you'll have the hearing. And then if the judge finds that you are the person named in the warrant and that the warrant is a valid warrant, judge will sign off on the warrant, and South Carolina will get up to 60 days to come and get you. And the initial period is 30 days that they'll have. If you believe you are the person named in the warrant and you believe that the warrant is valid, you can waive that hearing and sign the waiver today, and that 30-day period starts to run today. So do you have any questions?
Yeah, I wanted to know, because I've been here 10 days already. Like, by law, is it only like a certain amount of days that Clayton County can hold me?
Were you picked up here on other charges?
Yes.
Okay, so the fugitive warrant process doesn't begin until you either resolve your charges here or you make arrangements to bond out. So immediately when that happens, you are now being held on the fugitive warrant. Okay, so did you make bond yesterday or something?
Yeah, I made bond the first day I got here, the second day I got here, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. My understanding is that the 30-day period doesn't start to run until you sign the waiver.
Okay.
So do you know what you want to do, or do you have additional questions?
Do it matter that they spelled my name wrong on here?
On the, let's see. It's the name, how it's spelled on the waiver that I see is Lachanna. Are you saying that's not how you spell your name?
He spelled my name is Lachana. Then just put an extra N.
Ah, put an extra in. What we could do is just cross through it and put the correct spelling of your name. But it's basically, if this were like something where you were, let's say you're charged in an indictment or whatever, it would be, it's called basically a plea of misnomer. And the short answer is no, it doesn't matter, but we do want to get your name spelled right.
Okay, if you go for one more time, I'm sorry, you said, so if I don't sign, what happened? I'm sorry.
If you don't sign, you will have a hearing within the next 90 days to determine whether you are the person named in the warrant and whether the warrant is valid. If the judge makes that determination, then you will, the state of California, South Carolina will have 30 days initially to come and get you. They can request an additional 30 days to make it a total of 60 days. So if you want to have the hearing, potentially you would be here in Clayton County for 5 months. You could potentially be in Clayton County jail for 5 months.
Okay, I'll sign.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay. Well, once you sign the waiver, they will send it to me, and then I'll sign it, and then the clock will start running today.
Okay.
And they'll notify South Carolina today. And one thing that I left out, that if South Carolina fails to come and get you, you potentially could be released out of the front door, but it doesn't make the warrant go away.
Yeah.
And you should also hire a lawyer or have a lawyer to assist you up in South Carolina, because potentially you could get offered a bond up in South Carolina and bond out, make the arrangements for the bond, and they'll notify the sheriff's office here to release you.
Okay.
Okay. So Ms. Williams is the last person on the ladies' side, correct?
Your Honor, I have just 2 questions.
Yes, sir.
For Swabby, what was her court date?
Ms. Swaby, hold on. October 27th, 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201.
And for Miss Watkins, is it the same?
Ms. Watkins, yes.
Okay. That is all. That concludes the female side, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Let's switch over to the mail side.
Let me know your name. Excuse me. Let me know your name, sir.
Antonio Armstrong.
Mr. Armstrong, sir, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated battery and 1 count of cruelty to children. In the, I believe it's 3rd degree. Hold on, I'm checking. Yes, it's in the 3rd degree, which is a misdemeanor. You're gonna have a $10,000 bond set on the aggravated battery charge and a $5,000 bond set on the cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. So that's a total bond of $15,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
No, sir, is it any way possible to get it a little lower?
No.
Not.
The aggravated battery, basis for the aggravated battery is the allegation of your body slamming Miss Trespass and breaking 2 ribs. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from Gwendolyn. It looks like Trespass. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, man.
Okay, sir, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir. When is my court date again, sir?
October 27th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back, Mr. Armstrong.
Ashford.
Mr. Ashford, sir, you're charged with 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, 1 count of battery, and 1 count of criminal trespass. I'm going to set a $3,000 bond for the cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, $5,000 bond for the battery charge, and a $3,000 bond for the criminal trespass. So that's going to be a total bond of $11,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir, I can, but they wrote that wrong in the police statement, y'all. The child was not around at that time. The child was with me at the time. And when my baby mama, she left, that it happened before she left, but that was with me in the house. He wasn't, that's supposed to correct that police statement. He wasn't in the car where I had both of the kids, my child and hers. She had not left the kids there with me. We wasn't nowhere around the kids when that happened. They're supposed to fix that police statement, but they didn't.
Okay. That's something that I think you're going to have to tell your lawyer about as it relates to the children. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from Tatiana Etchison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning in courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay, I'm going to find that you qualify, Mr. Ashford. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. The statement that you made to me about the children, that is something that you definitely need to tell your lawyer. Make sure your lawyer gets any body worn cameras or anything to that effect. Okay.
Okay.
All right, sir. You're free to go back.
You said over here, no, you said back. Come on, move on now.
Are you Mr. Bailey?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with 1 count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 1 count of reckless driving, and 1 count of speeding. I'm gonna set a $1,500 bond for possession of marijuana less than an ounce, a $2,000 bond for the reckless driving, and a $500 bond for the speeding. So that's gonna be a total bond of $4,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
If it's 10%, yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently working, Mr. Bailey?
Yes, sir.
About how much do you make per hour?
It's really commission.
Okay. Can you give me like an average of what you make per month? Just a rough average?
I like 2,000.
Okay. You do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
I do have one question. I also have a VOP. So I was wondering on October 26th, will I be able to handle that also?
The October 26th date is going to get waived upon your bonding out. And what happens is your case will get transferred to state court. So potentially you could work that out before you even get to that court date. Okay. Is there anything else, sir?
I appreciate it.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Barksdale.
Yes, sir.
So you're charged with one count of simple battery and one count of false imprisonment. I've set a $4,000 bond for the simple battery and a $5,000 bond for the false imprisonment. It is a felony charge. There's going to be a total bond set at $9,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from, looks like a Yesha Watts. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Oh. Yeah, move on down, man. Move on down.
Are you Mr. Barnes?
Sure.
Sir, you're charged with one count of improper lane change and one count of violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. I think, let me see, looks like it is simple possession of cocaine. You're gonna have a $500 bond on the improper lane change and a $3,000 bond on the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. Do you believe you can post this total bond of $3,500?
I don't know. I had to check some of the people. I haven't been able to call out.
Okay. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Barnes. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you have any questions of me?
Not really.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I'm gonna have to skip Mr. Blue for a second. We had to leave him in the cell till it was time for court. So
Okay.
So I got the next gentleman up.
Okay.
And for, what's his name?
Mr. Cantrell, so you're charged with one count of terroristic threats or acts as a felony offense, one count of obstruction of an officer, and one count of simple battery. You're gonna have a total bond set at, you're gonna have a $4,000 bond set for the terroristic threats or acts, a $2,000 bond set for obstructing an officer, and a $4,000 bond for the simple battery charge. So that's a total bond of I'm sorry, $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond, stay away from a Jornisha Tate. Do you understand that? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning. Courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you will get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Cantrell. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Okay, Your Honor, we're gonna try Mr. Blue here. He's coming right now.
Okay,
Put your mask on, sir.
Mr. Blue, sir, you're charged with one count of criminal trespass. I've set the bond at $1,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I ain't got my money, also street from the money. I got my money, bro. I got my money, bro. I'm trying to work, bro. I got my money. If I saw the street, I'm on our security guard. Now I'm the street. I give them
Hey, now, we ain't gonna touch like that. Are you done with him, Your Honor?
Did he say no, he can't pay the bond?
I said I was doing social
He
security.
said, no, he can't pay the bond.
I said I was
Okay,
a security guard. Now I'm on social security. I can pay them. I don't know that bond. I don't know go that bond. Man. I ain't got my man, my deal, but I don't know that bond.
Okay.
okay. What I'm gonna do, Mr. Blue, is I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm gonna set a preliminary hearing date for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Please speak to the lawyer so the lawyer can assist you.
All right.
Okay,
Come on.
he's free to go, he's free to go back. Are you Mr. Evans?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with one count of hit and run, one count of criminal attempt to entering automobile, one count of interference with government property, and one count of possession of tools or in the commission of a crime. All except for the hit and run are felony offenses. I'm going to set a $5,000 bond for the hit and run, a $10,000 bond for the criminal attempt to enter an automobile, $5,000 bond for interference with government property, and $5,000 bond for possession of tools during the commission of a crime. So that's going to be a total bond of $25,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
You're going to have a preliminary hearing date set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Evans. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. You are Mr. Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you charged one count of driving a vehicle without a valid license. Bond is set automatically at $1,000. You believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Harden?
Yes, sir. Come on.
Good morning, sir. You're charged with one count of theft by receiving stolen property and one count of a red light violation. The theft by receiving stolen property is a felony offense, I believe. Yes, you're gonna have a $5,000 bond set for that offense. You're gonna have a $500 bond set for the red light violation. But that's gonna be a total bond of $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. Is there any way that I can ask you to possibly lower the red light bond or possibly lower the trespass? I mean, not the trespass, the other charge, please, sir.
It's theft by receiving a stolen gun.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna leave these the way that they are set. The red light violation is set by schedule, which means it's automatically set. The theft by receiving stolen property, I'm just concerned about this gun that was reported stolen out of Bibb County being in your car.
Yeah, it's not my vehicle, sir, and it's not my gun.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Mr. Harden.
Thank you so very much, Your Honor.
I'm gonna leave it the way it is, Mr. Harden. Looks like this is your 19th cycle on your criminal history.
It's mostly traffic, Your Honor.
Well, it looks like you're charged with aggravated assault and they dismissed it.
Sir.
No, it looks like you got 9 years probation. So I'm gonna leave it the way it is, Mr. Hard.
We thank you for your consideration, Your Honor.
Okay. Would you like for me to, I think I've already appointed Lori. Did I tell you about your court date?
No, sir.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning. Courtroom 201. Upon bonding out, that date will get waived and you will get a new court date in the mail. But depending on where this gun was located, you definitely should speak to your lawyer about the car and that kind of stuff, okay? All right. Yes, I'm done with Mr. Harden unless he has any more questions.
No, sir, I'm done. Thank you. Sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Mr. Harris?
Be advised, Your Honor, Mr. Harris just bonded out. They can't go to it.
Okay, great. That was Cleishon Harris, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Trevor Harris.
Trevor Harris?
Mr. Harris, sir, you're charged with 1 count of terrorist threats or acts, 1 count of possession of firearm.
Sir, I didn't have a firearm.
So these are the charges. These are the allegations. As you stand before me, you're an innocent person, okay?
Yes, sir.
So as I stated earlier, my job is to tell you what you're charged with, set a bond so you can get out, see if you need a lawyer, and appoint a lawyer to you if you qualify as soon as possible so that you can talk to the lawyer about exactly what you just told me. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you have those two charges. I set a $5,000 bond for the terroristic threats and a $5,000 bond for the possession of firearm by a convicted felon. So that's a $10,000 total bond. Do you believe you can post that bond? Your preliminary hearing date is set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning because both of these are felony offenses in courtroom 201. That date will get changed upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Harris. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any other questions for me?
No.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Hillard,
Sir.
sir, you're charged with one count of violation of Georgia seatbelt law and one count of possession of marijuana less than an ounce. These are two misdemeanor offenses. The bond is automatically set on both of these. You're gonna have a $500 bond on the violation of seatbelt law and a $1,500 bond on the misdemeanor possession of marijuana. So your total bond is gonna be $2,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir. It should be posted.
Okay.
I'm sorry. They told me it was 2,500 with the fees. Is that true?
So whatever they told you is the true and correct number. The sheriff's department is required to add fees to the bond by law. I don't have the fee schedule or access to the fee schedule. So the bonds that I set are always before the fee has been added. But because your bonds were automatically set, you could have been out of here if you had posted the bond already.
They told me I had to post the whole bond because I'm from Baton Rouge, so I can't do the 12%. So that's why I had to wait till this morning.
Okay.
That's why I think it's paid. I'm ready to get that phone.
Okay. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Hillard. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Jackson?
Yes, sir, President Brown.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, sir, you're charged with one count of battery. I've set the bond at $5,000. Do you believe you can post that bond? Okay. There's going to be a stay away provision on the bond to stay away from the Catrice blades. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for August 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. I didn't fill out my sheet, but I'll be willing to answer any questions.
Okay, are you currently working?
Yes, sir.
About how much do you make per hour or per month?
Per month, about $1,200.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Jackson. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Jarrell Jones?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're charged with one count of driving on a suspended license and one count of an improper turn. You're gonna have a $1,500 bond set on the driving on a suspended license charge and a $500 bond set on the improper turn. Do you believe you can post that bond?
This has been posted already. I'm just waiting.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to find that you do qualify, Mr. Jones. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived, however, when you bond out, and you will get a new court date in the mail.
So,
Yeah.
quick question, sir. So you say my total bond is 2,000?
So you're in the same position as the other gentleman where these were set by schedule. So there are fees that have been added that I don't have access to, so it's gonna be, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, so the 2,500 bill that they set and we paid is already paid.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any other questions, Mr. Jones? All right, sir, you're free to go back. Jamil Madison. Mr. Madison, sir, you're charged with one count of possession of a controlled substance, being THC edibles. It looks like you're saying that they're a package for sale. This is a felony offense. You're gonna have a bond set at $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes.
Your preliminary hearing date is gonna be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want to see if you want, do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you do qualify, Mr. Madison. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
What's up?
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. McCants.
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're charged with one count of possession of marijuana, less than an ounce, and one count of crossing the guard line with drugs. The crossing the guard line is a felony offense. I'm going to set the bond at $4,000, and I'm going to set the bond for the marijuana charge at $1,500. You believe you can set this total bond at $5,500? Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You do qualify, Mr. McCants. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir? Okay, you're free to go back. You're Mr. McCowan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you've been charged with one count of a red light violation, one count of a seatbelt violation, one count of driving in the restricted area of a divided highway, fleeing from the police, and reckless driving. You're gonna have a $500 bond set on the red light violation, on the seatbelt violation, on the divided highway violation. You're gonna have a $2,000 bond set for fleeing from the police officer, and a $1,500 bond set for reckless driving. All of these are misdemeanor offenses. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out. You'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. You do qualify, Mr. McCowan. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nicholson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're charged, all of your offenses are set by schedule. So you're charged with one count of driving a vehicle without a license. The bond is going to be $1,000. You're charged with a second count of driving a vehicle with no insurance, that bond is going to be set at $1,000. And finally, failing to have your lights on or driving without lights, that bond is going to be set at $500. So you're going to have a total bond of $2,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
How much do you make per hour or per month?
$16 an hour.
Okay, you do qualify, Mr. Nicholson. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back. Mr. Simmons,
Yes,
so you're charged with one count of failing to register. This is a felony offense. The bond is going to be set at $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out, and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer? Okay. You do qualify, Mr. Simmons. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Thank you.
You are Brian Scott.
No, sir.
I'm sorry.
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, you're Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you're charged with one count of criminal trespass. The bond is going to be set let's see, at $3,000. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, I can, Your Honor, but Your Honor, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
It's my house.
So the allegation,
It's my house. I pay the bills. It's my lease. How do you give me criminal trespassing and you pull me out of my house in my pajamas?
so
That's just the only thing it's bothering me. Like, how can you give me criminal trespassing and it's my house? I pay the bills. I pay the trash bill. I pay the light bills. I pay the water bill. I pay every bill there. How do you give me criminal trespassing in my own house and you drag me out of my house? I still got marks from the handcuff when they pulled me out.
okay, you ready for the answer, Mr.
Yes,
Scott?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So criminal trespass in Georgia can be accomplished in two ways. One is that you're at a location where you're not supposed to be and you've been told to leave and you either don't leave or you leave and you come back. The second way that it can be accomplished is that if you interfere with someone else's ability to enjoy either clothing, like if you were to throw her clothes out the window, that's criminal trespass.
Okay.
Kicking in the door, that's criminal trespass. Okay. It's something that it doesn't seem like it can be. Like if you were married to someone or you had a joint bank account and you both bought a bottle of liquor and you decided to break the bottle or pour the liquor down the sink, that could be criminal trespass.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it's basically interfering with someone else's enjoyment of something that is either jointly possessed, jointly owned. That's it looks like the theory that they're going under here.
Yes.
But you need to tell your lawyer what happened.
Yes, sir.
Do you want me to appoint you a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will appoint a lawyer to you, Mr. Scott. There's going to be a stay away provision on this bond. Hold on one second. So it looks like they're saying not kicking a door, but kicking her out of the house.
I can't kick her out of the house. We both on the lease. She has a key. I have a key. Oh, no, he's asking me literally a question.
No, Mr. Scott. So this is one of those things that squarely you have to talk to your lawyer about. There should have been body worn cameras. There should be some evidence. It said that she had a video, and you obviously have the right to view that video, have your lawyer to get the video and discuss these facts with your lawyer. Okay. The only thing I'm deciding is whether I'm going to place a stay away provision on this.
It's gonna be kind of hard, Your Honor. We both live in a house. I mean, you do one bill, I do the rent, you do the water, I do the cable. How do you do that?
I'm not going to place a stay away provision on this particular case. But you have to be aware. Normally, the reason we place a stay away provision on the bond is because with these misdemeanor offenses, people are going to bond out and it'll be less than 24 hours. What we don't want to happen is whatever happened last night to spill over to today, because that's normally what happens in these situations. So I'm not going to do it in this case. I'm going to trust you, but I don't want to see you tomorrow. Okay. All right, Mr. Scott, you're free to go back. Mr. Trotter, sir, you're charged with 1 count of simple battery and 1 count of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. I'm going to set a $3,000 bond on the simple battery charge and a $3,000 bond on the cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Both of these are misdemeanor offenses. I am going to set a stay away provision on this to stay away from. Looks like they have her name written 2 ways, Alea Trotter and Alea Hernandez. Which is her true last name?
We're not married. Yeah.
Okay, Miss Hernandez. I am going to place a stay away provision on this bond. Do you understand that you're to stay away from Miss Hernandez?
Yes, sir. Does that include the kid?
It does not include the kids. Do you all have any kind of custody arrangement?
No, sir. I don't want to take her to court.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. The date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. But can I say I didn't a job on there because I don't know the status of my job since being incarcerated?
What was your request? I heard something about your job and you made a request about something. What was the request?
There's no request. I just didn't put my job on the,
Oh,
because I
okay,
don't have a status for my job.
okay. Well, I'm gonna find that you qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have anything else for me, Mr. Trotter?
No, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Mr. Watt,
Mr. Watts, you're charged with 1 count of driving a vehicle without a valid license and 1 count of having a defective headlight. You're gonna have a $1,000 bond on the license charge and a $500 bond on the headlight charge for a total bond of $1,500. Do you believe you can post that bond?
yes, sir.
You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for October 26th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. That date will get waived upon your bonding out and you'll get a new court date in the mail. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you didn't fill out the form. Are you currently working, Mr. Watts?
Yes, sir.
About how much do you make per hour?
$17.
Okay, you do qualify, sir. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
Okay, sir, you're free to go back.
Great.
Mr. Williams, sir, you're charged with 5 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of reckless conduct, and 1 count of possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. I'm sorry. I'm going to deny bond on aggravated assault charges. I'm going to set a $2,000 bond on the reckless conduct and a $2,000 bond on possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for October 27th at 8:30 in the morning, courtroom 201. I'm going to also set a bond hearing date for October 29th at 8:30 in the morning. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yes, sir. And
Okay.
can I ask you a question when I get done? What were you doing?
Yes, sir.
So you said no bond for the aggravated assault charges, and what does that mean? Like, so there's no bond for me at all?
That means there's no bond for you at this time. A bond could be set. Your lawyer can, between now and the 27th, have a conversation with your attorney to see if the district attorney is going to consent. The allegation of discharging a weapon, I have to be concerned about public safety.
Your Honor, and
Yes, sir.
there's 2 sides to the story.
Which I do understand that, Mr. Williams. That's why we appoint you lawyers as quickly as possible. The problem with someone discharging a weapon,
Was it me?
I mean, but the allegation.
There was no, I wasn't even arguing, Your Honor.
Okay.
Not discussing the case now. So we all moving along. We're not discussing the case. You guys are warned in front of me. He's going around with the warrant check. That's why you get the lawyer.
Yes, everything here, you're presumed innocent. The allegation of the conduct is a thing that I have a concern about. And that's where I tell people that your lawyer can, between now and those dates I gave you, you speak to your lawyer about what happened, and the lawyer can speak to the district attorney's office about it. I don't have the luxury at this time of bringing everybody in and asking what happened here, what happened there. That's why these are called allegations. Okay.
I'm not too familiar with anything. It's my first time coming here.
Okay. Well, please, Mr. Williams, speak to your lawyer about this. And the lawyer is the person that will be able to assist you the most. Okay. All right, sir. You're free to go back.
Your Honor, I have the one fugitive and also Mr. Umar. No, sir. Come on up, sir. Sir, come on up.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry to bother you. There's something personal I need to say pertaining to a previous case you had here with with one of the females. And it's personal and I want to say it. I was under the impression that I would be the last one, but somebody who's been here before me is in here, and can you please do him first so that way I can speak about the personal matter? It has nothing to do. I'm not getting the box or anything.
Are you Mr. Kumar?
No, that's Mr.
Okay.
Kumar right there. I was trying to be here last. I was going to be last until the situation with Mr. Kumar. So I'm just asking, could I please continue to go last so I can speak about the personal matter?
Yes. What's your name, sir?
Peter Finney.
Okay. Okay. We'll do you last, Mr. Finney.
Thank you, sir.
Bring Mr. Kumar up.
Hello.
Sir, tell me the proper spelling of your name.
Umarkaba.
You said O or Q?
Oh.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. When I looked you up in the system, it was saying that you were being held for a judge SG. If you were set for first appearance, it would say KH. So
What does SG mean, Your Honor?
that's the initials for the judge. Do you have pending charges anywhere in Clayton County?
See, Your Honor, honestly, I do not know.
Hold on. So spell your name again for me. Oumar.
Kaba, last name. I'm trying to figure out what my charges are and why I'm here.
So you're not showing on the Clayton County system, which tells me that you probably have pending charges in Riverdale, Jonesboro, Forest Park, one of the cities and not the county. That's why I asked if you had pending charges, because the Clayton County Jail holds people for those other jurisdictions that don't have, or cities that don't have a jail.
Yeah, Your Honor, honestly, I don't know. My girlfriend told me that before that I got arrested. Honestly, I don't remember. She said it seemed like I was high off drugs, like I was laced or something. And she told me that I was since like 8 in the morning that I was just tweaking, like running around with my shirt off, like making and stuff. So I honestly do not know what's going on. I called her through a three-way through another inmate to find out why I was even in jail. She told me that somebody laced me. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I haven't been in court. I don't know what's going on with my case. I'm trying to figure out what I'm being charged with.
Does she know who arrested you?
We would have to get in contact with her, but I honestly don't know. She said she was trying to, she said I ran away from her. She said I ran away from her and then, I don't know. She said they caught me and took me to jail.
Who is the they?
My girlfriend.
No, you said they caught you. Who
Yeah.
is the they?
She said the police caught me.
Well,
Took me to jail. Your Honor.
The police, I'm sorry, say that again, sir.
My girlfriend said the police.
No, I'm sorry, the deputy.
No, I was asking him what police department.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's this because it's the county I came to, so I'm not sure.
So where do you live? Do you live within a city jurisdiction like Jonesboro?
No, I'm originally from Ohio, but I came down here to do work down here in Atlanta.
Where do you and your girlfriend live?
In Ohio. Well, I live in Ohio. Where does your girlfriend live? She lives in New York. But she got more than one house.
Okay, where were you when you were supposedly running around tweaking?
She said in Atlanta. I was aware that I'm in Atlanta.
Okay, sir. I need you to listen to me, okay?
Yes, sir.
In Clayton County, law enforcement agencies, Riverdale, which is a city, if you're arrested by Riverdale on city charges, you could be sitting here, but your case is in Riverdale. Jonesboro, same thing. Lake City, Morrow, you could be sitting in this jail, but you were charged in one of those cities. So that's why this question is very important. If you had a warrant here and they're trying to look you up in their system, the sheriff's clerk's office, they're listening to this also. When I looked you up by your LE number, which is the law enforcement number, it showed that you were here. And there's a designation that said, there's a slot that says for judge. If you were arrested and you were supposed to come the first appearance, it would say KH, because that's the chief judge for magistrate court, and magistrate court are the only people that do the first appearance. If you arrested, because what happens a lot of times, people, they'll have a city charge, or they have a failure to appear, or they'll have something in the city of Jonesboro, and they'll be sitting here, but their charges are over in Jonesboro. So I wouldn't see that person. That person wouldn't come to me.
So you might have to call your girlfriend and find out where the police locked you up at. I'm sure it's Clayton County.
How are you sure it's Clayton County?
Because she's the one who told me that she came all the way down there.
Clayton County has a lot of police departments inside the county.
Oh.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. You could have been arrested by the city of Jonesboro, charged with something in the city of Jonesboro, and that's where your court would be. But you would be held by the Clayton County Sheriff's Department.
So you have to find out what city police department locks you up, because you're not on Clayton County system.
So that means I'm trying to figure out why am I in jail.
We're gonna have to, we can't find that out. We're gonna have to contact who arrested you, contact your girlfriend and see what police department arrested you.
So when would I actually come to court and figure out what my charges are and what will be my bond status and so on and so forth?
So they're trying to look you up right now as we're speaking. I had a person who was on a violation of probation out of Jonesboro. And he swore me up and down that his probation officer was sitting in court. And I was like, she's not sitting in court. He was like, well, I'm supposed to have court today. All right. It says that you were seen on September 6th on all your charges and that you have a bond of $23,000.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any of them. She's telling you that. So what are my charges and what's my bond?
$23,000.
What's my charges, Your Honor?
Hold on. Let me see.
Is this my first time going to court? It's this he's saying.
Hold on. So if it was the 6th, that was Monday, and you would have come before me. I should have you still on my docket.
I haven't been in court since I'm in, sir.
Yeah, you appeared before me on the 6th. Hold on, and I'll tell you your charges. Do you have something for him to write?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Okay, I'm getting to it. All right. So these are your warrant numbers. 2021 WA 15872. Loitering. I'm sorry.
You said WA 15.
872. The charge is loitering or prowling. You're charged with entering an automobile. The warrant number is 2021 WA 15873. The bond for that charge is $15,000. You're charged with criminal trespass. The warrant number is 2021 WA 15874. You're charged with obstructing an officer. The bond for that is $2,000. And the warrant number is 2021 WA 15875. You're also charged with giving a false name, address, or date of birth. The bond is $2,000 and the warrant number is 2021 WA 1587. You were arrested by the Clayton County Police Department. It says that the allegation is that you are going door to door trying to break into homes, that you entered an automobile and the victim's name is 7th Ante Montrez. It was a 2004 Toyota Tundra Silver. Says with the intent to commit theft, that you committed the offense of criminal trespass by entering without the permission the home of a woman by the name of Helen Parks.
That I entered a what?
The home.
I entered a home.
I'm telling you the allegation.
I was clarifying what you were saying.
Yes, a home, a house. And that you're trying to get in the back door by placing your hand on the doorknob. that when officer tried to give you commands to walk towards him, that you started running from the police officer and refused to follow the police officer's commands. And it says that you were taken into custody on September 5th, which is Sunday, at 6:39 p.m.
All righty, sir. You got your information.
Okay.
So is there any way I could so what's my court date and like what's going on with my case? Like, what's
All right. So you have preliminary hearing date, because some of these are felony offenses. You have a preliminary hearing date set for October 25th at 8:30 in the morning. And it says on here that you told me you were going to hire your own lawyer.
See, I never said that. I never went to court, I swear.
So how did I get all of this information if you never went to court?
I told you, Your Honor, I swear to God, when you could ask the police and my girlfriend, I was late. They told you from that day I was late. Like, I really don't remember nothing. I've been sitting on the pot for 2 days and not going to court. And then I talked to one.
You came to court on Labor Day, on Monday.
I'm trying to say that I didn't go to court. That if I did go to court, I probably would still hard. I promise to God that I haven't done, like, I don't even remember doing nothing. I was at somebody's house.
Okay, well, you can tell your girlfriend to go onto YouTube, and I guarantee you she'll see you being in court.
So what is my bond, sir? And is there any way I can get it lowered?
$23,000.
Is there any way I can get it lowered?
No.
All right, that's it, sir. You know, have too much time. Come on, sir. That's it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Adamson, for clearing that up. So you are Mr. Hold on one second, Mr. Finney.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Finney. Do you want me to tell you the whole process about the fugitive from justice, or do you want to get into your issue?
Sir, first I want to sign that paper. I'm willing to sign it. I want them to come get me as hastily as possible.
Okay.
Yeah,
So they'll give it to you for you to sign. Do you have any questions to me about that process?
Yes, sir. The guy who first addressed me on the situation when I got to this county jail was letting me know that he said something about that 90-day period thing as well. So I'm under the impression that he made me feel as if, regardless with that 30-day thing I heard you express to the female, he said that'll just keep revocated. He's like, because of he's like, it doesn't matter in 30 days. If I sign it, if I sign it in 30 or 60, it's saying that I'm ready to go. So it'll make it easier for me to, like, instead of going through the other process. He was like, if they don't come in 30, it just starts over. If they don't come in 30, it just starts over. If they don't come in 30, it just keeps starting over. Is that true, or is there actually a legal date to where if I don't get picked up, I have to be released?
So their initial statutory period is 30 days, and they can request an additional 30 days if they don't come and get you. Under certain circumstances, that time may be extended. It says here that you're wanted on a failure to appear warrant out of Richland County, South Carolina.
I was failure to appear like a court date because I don't have any paperwork either. So, like, I don't know what exactly. He said a warrant was put out August 18th. I've been here since March. I had the best job of my life. I've never been able to work ever, like, in South Carolina. So I got, like, a job here. So I'm really trying to make sure I can get there and because I know as soon as I get there, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I ain't had no. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Do you have a pen to write, Mr. Finney?
Yes, sir.
The warrant number is W-40-21-0 0247, and the county is Richland in South Carolina.
Right.
You need to have somebody contact the sheriff's department or the court up in Richland. That's the warrant number,
Okay.
and have them speak to someone there.
And you said it was failure to appear.
That's what's written on here. Yes.
Okay, and what was failure to appear? Oh, what was the date I failed to appear? What it was like? What date?
It doesn't have the court date, but the warrant number that I gave you should have all of the pertinent information on it.
Okay.
And it's a public document.
All right. I understand.
Okay. So is there anything else, Mr. Finney?
Yes, sir. The situation that I came here on, I'm a victim involved with another person who was incarcerated, Kiana Alford, one of the females. And I know that y'all just put that from what I was saying.
She was charged with battery, correct?
Yes, sir. And I know
Okay.
they put the what do you call it? What you did to the other inmate, the other people you saw about the not talking and not appearing.
Oh, the stay away provision.
Stay away provision. Okay. I'm asking to please not put a stay away provision on her, because even though I'm about to be extradited to South Carolina, as soon as I get there, I am 100% confident and have faith in God. I have not broken the law or anything. You know what I mean? Nobody comes who broke the law and gets a job in another state and works since the day they got here. My second day in Atlanta was I got a job and I have not left. You know what I mean? And I consistently go to work. So I'm confident that when I get there, things will happen. That's why I need to get there as fast as possible. But I am the father of the child.
Hold on. Your request has been granted. I just removed the stay away provision. You're the alleged victim. You're telling me you don't want that on there.
Right.
I'm gonna take it off.
Right, because I
So
love
I just took it off.
I do want us to be able to like go through some type of anger management period though. So I'm not saying that I'm like totally, I just don't want her to feel like I'm like totally against her based off of, and I wanted to make sure I haven't been able to speak to her. Things went the way they went the other day. And then when that things are going that way, I get paper from the police telling them I'm gonna go to South Carolina. You know what I mean? So all that being said, I just wanted to make sure that happened, because as soon as I get there, I'll be back to work. I'm confident in that, and I need her to be able to know me. Like, I'm not against her.
Mr. Finney, the first thing they tell lawyers is when you win, stop talking.
Oh, yes, sir.
Because all you can do is throw yourself or say something, throw yourself under a bus.
Yes, sir.
You say, thank you, judge, and sit down.
Thank
So
you.
that was the issue.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That was easy.
Thank
You signed the waiver forms and you'll be free to go back.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
That's all we have, Your Honor.
Okay, I had paperwork for a juvenile, Zaquan Carter, and I will reach out and see, and maybe he'll be on tomorrow. But is SB 440, and so I'm certain he's in DJJ custody.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, well, thank you for your assistance. Have a good day.
Yes, sir.